Hey, what's up guys? It's Scares here. Now our first story for today comes from the company known as MediaMov. Now for those of you who don't know what this company is, it essentially would scam YouTubers by falsely copyright claiming their videos, okay? And this was a pretty big operation. This operation had 8 different employees who would just search YouTube and copyright claim different videos, and most of the creators that they would target would be Latino creators, usually music artists, and they would just start claiming their videos to try to take the money from it. But obviously this is very illegal. I mean, it's straight up theft. So they were stealing millions and millions of dollars from these false copyright claims. And it turns out they stole $23 million in total, which is a lot just off false copyright claims. But they eventually got caught and the IRS investigated them. And now the owner of this company has been sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison. Now our next story for today has to do with Logan Paul. So Logan Paul is in controversy again, and this is because of his CryptoZoo situation that happened last year. Now for those of you who don't know about this whole CryptoZoo situation, Logan Paul had made his own blockchain game where you could hatch eggs by buying these CryptoZoo tokens, and there were many fans that put lots of money into this token, and the whole thing just ended up not working out. I mean, the dev himself ended up being a huge scam artist, and Logan Paul actually came out and said that he was going to pay back a lot of the people that ended up losing money on this token. So he was going to spend millions of dollars to pay some people back, and people were very happy that he was actually going to try to make amends for this in some way. Well, it's been nearly half a year since this whole situation came to light, and apparently not many of the victims got paid back. No one knows what's going on here, and there are people that were trying to get in contact with Logan Paul to ask him about the situation and what's going on. Is he going to pay these people back? And it turns out that people are saying that Logan Paul is now blocking them for asking about this situation. And CoffeeZilla even made a new video further explaining just how Logan Paul is not helping people. He's not paying people back for the situation right now, and maybe Logan Paul is taking a different stance on this than what he said in his apology when this whole situation blew up. And this is really interesting because just a few months ago, Logan Paul was bragging about how Prime makes tens of millions of dollars a month, and for some reason he cannot pay back these victims of this situation on CryptoZoo. Like, it just seems really crazy to everyone that Logan Paul is pulling back like this. And the next story for today is very short. So for those of you who don't know about this news story that everyone has been talking about over the past week, this has to do with a submarine known as Titan. Now this takes people down to the Titanic. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to actually do this, so rich people do this. Well, after a group of people had taken this submarine down to the Titanic, it turns out they were never found. And what was reported to have happened here is that the submarine itself had imploded, and the people on board had actually passed away. So this was a very serious situation. There was a ton of news outlets reporting this. It was like national, international news over the past week. So there have been multiple YouTubers that have come out and said that they actually went on the submarine itself, and there also were YouTubers saying that they were invited to go on this submarine. MrBeast tweeted this out just a few days ago. He says, "I was invited early this month to ride the Titanic submarine. I said no. Kind of scary that I could have been on it." And he shows a message from someone saying that they were going to go on this submarine later this month. So he could have been on the submarine when it was very unstable. Now, speaking of MrBeast, if you don't know, recently he has been posting about his fitness journey, and he tweeted this out just yesterday. He says, "I woke up and I realized that I was obese, so I started lifting and walking 12,500 steps a day. I still got a long way to being yoked, but I'm happy with my progress so far." And he shows photos here of his progress on really improving himself and looking really good right now. It looks like he's really been taking care of himself, and this tweet completely blew up. It has nearly 50 million views, actually over 50 million views right now on social media, and even Arnold himself responded to this, and it looks like him and MrBeast are going to maybe train in LA. Now there's one last thing that we have to cover from MrBeast here, and it looks like MrBeast has actually gotten a lot of backlash over this. He recently said on a podcast that he can start a new YouTube channel and he can get it to 20 million subscribers in 6 months. Anonymously. So he could start a channel and no one knows who he is, and he claims here that he can get 20 million subscribers in half a year. I mean, just to put that into context, like, most of the people we talk about in these videos do not have 20 million subscribers. That is a very, very large number of subscribers. You just do not see a lot of creators with that many subscribers, and MrBeast himself says that he can actually do that in 6 months with no one knowing who he is. So he's that confident in his ability to make viral content and to get a lot of subscribers and viewers. So there are many people responding saying it would be very hard for him to do this without his connections and resources. But MrBeast responded saying this: "Why is this so hard to believe? I consistently make 20+ mil bangers on my side channels that even without me would still bang, and it wouldn't be that crazy to do on a new channel. Virality is a skill that can be honed. I know most don't agree, but it is. I also don't care that much if people disagree. Who cares? This is all hypothetical." So MrBeast really truly feels like he knows the solution to making viral YouTube videos. He knows how to do this, and he can do this on any channel. And the next story for today's video comes from SSSniperWolf. So SSSniperWolf is massive on YouTube. She's one of the top YouTubers, and she makes reaction content to mostly TikTok videos, and these are some huge videos. Okay, people love her content. She has a lot of very loyal fans, but people are upset with YouTube because it looks like YouTube was recently promoting her pretty heavily over their social media accounts. And people are saying that, SSniperWolf's content is not up to par with what YouTube should be promoting, because a lot of this content is just reaction content. And YouTube themselves had posted a question that was asked of her, where someone had asked her where she gets her video ideas. Okay, and obviously this caused a lot of controversy because people are saying, okay, it doesn't really seem like she gets her video ideas from anywhere specific. It doesn't look like she has these huge video ideas because a lot of this content is reaction content. Now, obviously people have defended reaction content in the past because they feel like it still is fair use, and there are people that say that she makes very good content. They feel like she does actually make a lot of people laugh in her videos, but at the same time, people are saying that, this should not be the thing that YouTube is promoting here actively on their social media. And one YouTuber who has been very critical of SSniperWolf on social media is Jax Films. Now, Jax Films is a very big YouTuber. This guy has been big on YouTube forever now, and Jack was calling out SSniperWolf on Twitter here, and SSniperWolf got very upset with Jack, and she actually started to go after Jack and his content on her Twitter account, and she was tweeting multiple times about Jack and his content. I mean, Jack even made a whole video of him just looking at her tweets and all the posts that she has been making about him. Obviously, she has been very upset with him for calling her out here, and it looks like SSniperWolf is also bringing up MrBeast in this whole situation, and this is because when someone had called her out for taking video ideas, she responded saying, 90% of what I upload are my own ideas. People copy me, and then people like you get confused. And she shows here that it looks like MrBeast had posted a very, very similar video to one of her own videos from a year earlier. So she is claiming that other people copy her, and then she shows MrBeast here. Now, the next topic for today's video comes from Macaiyla. Now, for those of you who don't know, Macaiyla is a content creator, and she also is partners with Tyler1. Tyler1 is one of, if not like the top gaming streamer on Twitch. He's very, very big. Well, earlier this week, Macaiyla released some incredibly sad news about her situation, her current life situation. She posted saying that on Saturday, June 17th, Tyler had drove her to the emergency room after experiencing the worst pain of her life. After receiving 2 ultrasounds and multiple blood tests, we were informed that I was going through an ectopic pregnancy and that we were going to lose our baby. There was no time to process this as I needed to be rushed into the emergency surgery because my life was at risk. It was truly a harrowing moment for both of us. She then goes on to talk about how she needed 2 blood transfusions and how they had lost their child. I mean, this sounds like an absolutely horrific situation for Macaiyla and also Tyler as well. I mean, I can't believe what he was thinking, but Macaiyla has definitely gone through one of the worst situations we have ever seen from any creator. She tweeted out saying, "Thank you for all of your messages. I know that I am not a good person, and so I'm not asking anyone to feel sorry for me. I prefer your thoughts go to Tyler. We weren't going to post this originally, but we didn't know how much time we'd take off. Thanks again for understanding." So she's saying that she's not a good person here, but people are saying that she hasn't done anything horrible. She just said things online that maybe got people upset. I mean, I can't believe just how strong she has to be to just come on and post after this because of what actually happened to her. I mean, I've never heard such a horrible story. And there are a lot of people that are sending their thoughts, and they're also sharing their own stories with her right now. And it does sound like that is somewhat helping her get through this horrific situation. Now, our next story for today comes from the Fortnite streamer known as Lacey. Now, this guy is a streamer who was doing a subathon on Twitch, and one of his viewers had sent him $2,500 for him to shave off his eyebrows and his entire head. His whole head of hair, he shaved everything. He's completely bald. And after he did this, the person refunded the $2,500. So he had shaved everything, and the person refunded the money. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Just watch this.
You made me shave my head bald. Shave my fucking eyebrows. To refund?
So obviously people are feeling very bad for Lacey right now, and there are a lot of people that are now sending him subs and they're sending him donations and support because they just can't believe that this had happened to him. And the next story we have for you today comes from the huge YouTuber Colleen Ballinger. Now, if you don't know who Colleen is, she is also known as Miranda Sings, which is her kind of personality on YouTube. She's massive, okay? She's like one of the top YouTubers. She was one of the top YouTubers. But for those who don't know, over the past year, Colleen has had some really serious accusations come up against her, and these involve grooming underage fans, okay? And this is a big deal, okay? The whole community is upset with her right now. I mean, there were underage fans that were apparently working or helping her when she was huge on YouTube, and apparently she was taking advantage of them in text and just in different messages that she was sending. There have also been videos that have been resurfacing of her shows when she was huge on YouTube, and she would have fans come up on stage, and these were underage fans, and she would make them do some very disturbing things on stage. And one of these fans, known as Becky, has come out and talked about how uncomfortable this whole experience was for her and how she just can't believe this had happened to her. There's also been accusations of different people in Colleen's family who have said some very questionable things about how they cannot be near children. Yeah, this has gotten very, very scary for people. And another accusation that came out against Colleen is that she had allegedly sent one of her underage fans her underwear. So this whole situation has just been very disturbing for people because Colleen herself has not really mentioned this very much. She has not talked about this. She has not explained what's been going on, and she's been getting a ton of backlash over the past year. Well, a few days ago, Colleen finally decided to respond to all these accusations, and this was one of the most insane response videos we've ever seen. She pulls out a ukulele and she starts singing her response to these crazy accusations against her. Just watch this.
All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody. It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, you know, and there's a weird aunt there, keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?" And you're like, "Ugh." That was me, but in group chats with my fans. It was weird.
So there have been many responses to this apology video from Colleen. I mean, many people are calling this the worst YouTuber apology of all time or the worst YouTuber response video of all time. And many people in the community just cannot believe that she will respond in this way. Out of any way that she could respond to accusations that are this serious, this is how she responds. Well, Adam McIntyre, who is one of the main accusers of Colleen here, apparently he was very, very close to Colleen when he was underage, and he has been calling her out constantly on YouTube and social media. And Adam has responded to Colleen's own video on YouTube.
I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends. Maybe go get some, instead of relying on 12-year-olds to be your friends.
And that's it for our video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.